Okay, I'm back with another update for my Cylon Raider. The main kit has been put together now. I had some issues with the port wing that came off after I put together this half, and it sheared off the wire going to the port cannon, which required a very creative hole drilling along the surface to rewire it. I even had to take this apart and solder new wire in there, but eventually I got it all together. Everything is together, and the strings are out from the two areas where they're going to be, and as you can see, he's ready to be hung. The only issue is whether it'll hold or not. I'm not 100% sure that I'll keep it that way, but they are rated at 10 pounds each, and he weighs about 3 pounds. Anyway, I'm working on the louvers. The wonderful Paragraphics set came out, and I'm putting together the louvers. Each of these needs to be individually cut and bent and then glued in place, and that's what I've been doing. Show you how it looks. After that is completed, some more details. The longitudinal crossbars, I guess, like in this reference pic, will have to be glued on, as well as that area right there, which is going to be this. Okay, once I complete all that, I will paint the louvers black, and the bars will be painted the same color as the hull of the ship, as well as that staircase thing that goes on top. This, which I just showed you, that's the same color as the ship. The Paragraphics set comes with a clear plastic rectangle and some templates to cut and place it under the louvers once they're done. And of course, the final touch is, and let me see if I can show it to you. Lost my eBay page, but I'm back. This is what I got. It's a Battlestar Galactica Cylon Raider Cockpit pilot kit. This outfit in Canada called the Toy Shack make these. They're not the Brad Hare ones. They have either 3 Cylons or 2 Cylons and Baltar, or 2 Colonial Viper pilots, since there was an episode where they stole a Cylon Raider. Anyway, I'm waiting on these to get here. My plan is to chrome them, 2 of them silver, 1 gold, and hopefully I can get some decals going in the background there to simulate some of the electronic paneling that you see in some of the scenes, and maybe even backlit if that's feasible. The kit will go here, and hopefully it'll be nice. Now let me see if I have charge on the battery so I can show you guys the lighting. Hopefully there's still some left. Ah, yes, good. These batteries are very long lasting. So those are the 2 headlights. The cannons, they're in blue. That's washed out a little bit with the camera. There is a pair of spotlights in the bottom there, and of course, let me turn it around, the main engines, which are nice and bright. They still need to do, I still need to do some light blocking on there, specifically as you can see on the top edge, and here there's going to be some light blocking that's necessary. There's some blockage here that I need to do on the body here because I had to sand a little bit to correct some issues with the joint with this. Same deal here, but I can do that with primer. There's also some light leaks on the sides there. Once I get all those taken care of, then this will be complete. Of course, the model needs to still be painted in its entirety. That hasn't been done. Some of them are still in the primer gray. But I decided to work on the paragraphics because that is a labor-intensive thing. This is very meticulous work. It needs to be folded and placed and folded and placed. Let me see if I can show you guys how it's done, just so you can see one anyway. Of course, I cut the part off. I already cut those. I cut the part off. It's metallic sprue. Here's the part. Of course, it needs to be ground to take care of the little flash on the sprue. Very effective method, as you can see. This is actually better if I put it the other way because this is backlit right now. It's not helping. Let's see. How does that? Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so okay. And the result is very smooth. Is this thing what? Ah, okay. That's why. I had it in zoom. Apologies, guys. Result is very good now. Using the bending tool from Paragraphics also is extremely effective. They're supposed to be bent about 60 degrees down on the wings, these wings. So you insert it the other way, like that. You line it up so that it's right where it's supposed to be bent. Hold it in place and simply move it like that. Okay. And again, right along the line, which you can see, and bend. Okay, so that bends it, and then you tweak it so that it fits the part itself. It's not quite ready. I'll bend it a little bit more by hand. In fact, let me just do that. Stand it up and stand it up here a little bit more. The idea being, of course, that you can slide it onto the notches that are provided on the base part see if I can zoom in so you can see the as you can see, there's a little notch there, and on the other side as well. And you just slide it in place and apply a little CA glue on the inside. This still needs to be bent a little bit more so that it's going to fit better. Very meticulous work. It has to be done one by one, but I think you'll agree. It's just placed right there. I'll put some CA glue on the inside, and that's the next to last one. I think you'll agree the difference with the part that comes with a kit and this one is significant. I think the photo etch part is a lot nicer. A lot sharper edges, of course, a lot more detail. Once I put all the other detail parts in it, it'll look great, and once it's painted, and then of course you'll be able to see the Cylons on the inside of the cockpit. So that's what I'm working on right now. Once I have it completed, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to put a little bit of lighting inside the cockpit, some ambient lighting to light them up, and hopefully it'll look nice. I think it will. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Hey guys, I'm back with another update on my Cylon Raider, and as you can see, I've completed the louvers and canopy. The plastic on the inside was glued with with microcrystal clear, and the effect is very nice. It turns black when you turn it, and then transparent when you look at it end on. And here's the cockpit. Let me show you the figures. I've already started painting them. Here's one here. Here's another one here with the instrument panel, and the first one that I already painted with the gloss black outclad. What I'm doing is I have made a small hole in the bottom, and I place it on a paper clip basically so I can paint it comfortably without having any issues. And then I take it off very carefully and I lay it down. I didn't paint the bottom. The outclad stuff dries very quickly, so I'm doing that. Let me just tell you a couple of caveats with this cockpit. I was initially disappointed because I thought it wouldn't fit, and in fact I wrote the toy store, the outfit that sells them out of Canada, and they assured me that they do fit. So I examined the situation more closely, and sure enough, they'll fit, but you have to do plenty of grinding. I ended up taking out all the plastic on the inside everywhere, and even cutting in a little bit because I've already installed this here and I'm not going to take it off, so I had to make it fit. Also, I have to do a lot of grinding along the side here, along this side here, and the bottom, because otherwise it's too high and the canopy will bump up against the Cylon's heads. I also did grinding at the bottom of each of the little Cylon figures so they would sit a little lower on the seats. These are all tips that you need to know in order to make this thing fit. Of course, with any kind of resin grinding or cutting, always wear a mask. That stuff is terrible for your lungs. It's very harmful. I wear one of these. All that dust gets kicked up into the air and it's very easily breathable, so you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. As you can see, it slides right on in now and sits in position very nicely, so my apologies to the toy store folks. It does fit. Now you'll have to play with the grinding. Now a lot of the ones I've seen online, this is more flush with the model, but this is good enough for what I need to do. In fact, I could almost grind a little bit more, but it's pretty even right there. Now my plan will be to gloss black everything, and then I'll paint this with some sort of magnesium. I am going to put lighting inside. I'm not sure what yet. It'll probably be some kind of subdued blue lighting, or white. In some of the scenes I've seen online, let's see here, this is a, let me look it up here. There's a classic scene where the 3 Centurions are sitting inside the cockpit. Okay, well, let's see if I can find it here. This one's black and white. It's a capture from the series, but boy, I tell you, I had it here a few minutes ago. Okay. The lighting tends to be subdued. And kind of bluish. Not sure if I'll go with a full blue. What I may do is light it up kind of subdued, but enough so that the chrome shines, because obviously I want to try and highlight the chroming that I've done. That's what makes it look cool. But I'll be painting this some kind of a aluminum or magnesium type color with the alclads after I chrome it. I'll mask off the seats so that they stay black, and then the Centurion in the back will be the gold one, the leader, and the 2 in the front will be the chrome ones. As far as any back paneling, I had discussed the possibility of decals with Jerry. I'm not sure what the status is of that. I will have to talk to him about it. It would be neat to put some decals back here and backlight them if possible, to add a little more texture to the inside. But whether I do it or not, that's okay. I think this will still be looking pretty cool. Now, when you place the canopy, you can see that you can clearly see inside the cockpit, so they will be very visible, especially after I light it. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll enhance the model in a way that I didn't think would be possible initially. So I'll get back to you with some more details as I progress. Talk to you later.